Have you ever heard of Bali Nyepi? Well, then you should know that you are not allowed to travel Bali during that time, and I'll tell you why. So in Bali, there's a different calendar than the Western calendar. They operate basically on both calendars, which means they have 2 New Years, which is pretty amazing. But on top of the typical Western New Year, when you celebrate the start of a new year and you have a lot of celebrations and it's family gathering and so forth, the Balinese day of New Year, also called Silence Day, Day of Silence, is called Nyepi, and it's totally different. The entire island shuts down. There's no shop open, you can't go to the airport, there's no taxi taking you. Basically, you're not even allowed to leave the house. You will be heavily fined. There's some people patrolling and making sure that no one's going on the street, no one's making a sound, electricity is banned, and all you have to do is stay inside and pray, basically, is the idea. And the entire island transforms that day. Everything's so quiet, like you've never heard before in Bali. And then you realize how loud Bali actually is. On every corner there's always motor sounds, and the air becomes really still and clean because there's so many fumes from all the cars and all the bikes, and there's so much pollution around that on that day you just actually realize how much of an impact humans have in a negative way. It's really quite refreshing, it's just sad you can't go outside and enjoy it. So since it's a flexible date with Bali Nyepi, you need to look it up before. So really make sure you get the date right so it will not affect your holidays if you really just want to explore Bali, because you cannot. And the celebrations leading up to Bali last 6 days in total. So there will be so many celebrations all over the island. It's really amazing and it's unique to Bali. This isn't Indonesian, this is really just Balinese culture. If you basically want to see the entire week of Bali Nyepi, there are multiple days which you should know about. The first one is the Melasti ritual, which is 3 to 4 days before Bali Nyepi. People go to the sea and gather water to bless the temples. The second ritual is the Buddha Janja ritual. I hope I said that right. And this involves a lot of noise. People bang their pots and pans and try to, scare away all the negative elements. The fourth is the actual day of Nyepi, where you have all the rituals of what not to do. Okay, generally here are the 4 rules. I wrote them down in my blog post, which you can find on the blog. And I put the link down below. Check it out if you want to have it written again. So the first one is Amati Geni, means no fire or light, which includes electricity. Second, Amati Karya, which means no working. Third, Amati Lilungganan, no traveling. And fourth, Amati Lilangguan, fasting and no revelry self-entertainment, which means basically not having fun, just really going in yourself meditating. And then the fifth is the yogi ritual. The fifth is the Labu Brata ritual, where everyone forgives people who wronged them or for whatever reason. Basically, it's a day of moving on and forgiveness. Last but not least, the Dharma Shanti rituals is wrapping up Nyepi week and bringing about the new year. So what do you do if you happen to be in Bali and Nyepi is around the corner and you're still in Bali during that time? Well, first and foremost, you need to stock up on food and water, because the fridge and the cooking facilities are most likely not working, and if they are, you have to be really careful about using them. It's best to just get something that you can eat raw, cold, get, yogurt. I mean, that would probably not turn off the fridge, so you're good. But also stock up on water. The supermarkets in the night before Nyepi will be crazy crowded. Just be prepared for a day of silence. You can read a book, you can do meditation, you can do yoga. You're not allowed to use electricity, so you can't use a torch, and people will see it from the street and they will come up to you. If you're staying at a hotel, it's usually not that strict. It's more if you're staying at a guest house or a local place. A lot of times in hotels there's even staff working for you that you can approach, and you can use facilities as normal as long as you stay on the premises and don't leave. The month leading up to Nyepi, you might have seen dolls being made everywhere. They're gigantic, they're larger than life, and they're called Ogo-Ogo dolls. There is a museum in Bali where you can see them up close, and they're really scary. They're supposed to be demons, and they're really painted in detail, and every village has their own. It's a work of art, and then they are put up and are like carted around the streets. And there's people with giant bamboo poles who will try to hold up all the cables because they're that tall. So it's moving really slowly, and you can't miss it because everyone's running around with torches, because at the end they're usually burnt. When I did it, they didn't do that with our doll. In a lot of places they just abolished that practice, but you may see it. They're all over the island. You can go to Seminyak, Kuta, like the typical places. They're up to 25 feet tall, and the ritual is called Buta Janya ritual. And it's basically like in the West when people make a lot of noise to ward off evil spirits. This is also the same purpose, to get rid of them. It is believed that on the day of the new year, the god of the underworld comes out, and he doesn't really like humans. So which is why all humans stay inside, they are silent, they pretend as if they don't exist. So when he comes to Bali, he's like, wait, where are all the people at? I guess I don't have to eat anyone. And then he just leaves and everyone's safe for the new year. So that was my little general overview of Bali's Nyepi, Bali's Day of Silence, the new year. And I hope you liked it. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe for more Bali content. There will be more. There has already been a lot, so check out the playlist at the end of the video. And I hope you stick around, stay travel-tastic, and see you around.